Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from May 7th, and I'm a few days late on this one. This has been reported in a bunch of different places, but I thought it was funny. So the article is from Outkick. It's entitled, Former CNN and NBC reporter haunted after dinner friends turned out to be closeted Trump supporters. Oh no, dear God, dear me, what could possibly be the problem here? So let's go ahead and go into it. So Michelle Kaczynski is a former White House correspondent for CNN and a reporter for NBC. So right off the bat, you can tell that she's definitely going to have some choice opinions. So she left television news in 2019, and she now tells stories on the internet. Kaczynski recently met with friends for a few drinks and laughs, and she described the night as pleasant until it wasn't. In her telling, the friends she considered so normal revealed themselves as anything but. Over dinner, Kaczynski learned that her friends were, wait for it, I should say, gasp, closeted supporters of Donald Trump. And again, I say, oh no, oh dear me, how could this be? Let's keep going here. It says, such an astonishing revelation left Kaczynski haunted. We direct you to her exact telling of the night gone wrong. I'm not cutting that out. It says, all were well educated and successful in careers. They seemed great on the surface for like an hour. But slowly, over a few drinks, they begin to let slip their true MAGA natures, Kaczynski wrote. She says that as if that's a horrible thing. Like, to you liberals out there, MAGA is actually like a moderate position. I know you guys like to say that they're far right. MAGA is by no stretch of the imagination far right. Okay? But, oh no, they support Donald Trump, like half the effing country. Anyway, it says, this dinner continues to haunt me. They all seem so normal. When I asked a couple who were my old friends how they didn't know, they said that in their upscale Florida neighborhood, people are extremely careful not to ever broach or debate the subject. This is not healthy, Kaczynski continued in her thread. And, okay, there's just the embedded tweets there. It says, she concluded, if people don't ever talk about these things as friends and neighbors and only live in their own warped information silos, how will they ever learn what is true or false? How will the truth ever make them consider alternatives? The allure of bullshit is co-opting decent minds. And remember, she's a CNN and NBC former reporter for those things, so I don't think she knows what true information is. But anyway, says, first, we'd like to thank Miss Kaczynski for having the courage to report her haunting ordeal. Bringing said stories to light empowers others to share their similarly horrific experiences, such as the times when they realized their friends disagreed with them politically. And I was just thinking of something that happened to me. It's nothing like this. I mean, I am on the right, and I've made no bones about that, and hundreds of other videos, but for me, it's just like if one of my friends sat down, and I've had this happen, where friends sat down and we were talking about stuff and they were on the left, it was just like, okay, it was like, whatever, I didn't care, and they didn't care that I was on the right. It was just like, okay, we just moved on with our day. We talk about things amicably. We're still friends. We still talk and hang out. I mean, Jesus, is this that bad? Anyway, it says Kaczynski cannot fathom how educated upper-class Americans with whom she dines could see the world differently than those in the cultural bubble in which she resides. Then again, she's never been the brightest of cookies, and I was thinking about this exact thing that's coming up right here that I was thinking about bringing up at some point as I was talking. But you gotta see this. So it says, if Kaczynski's name rings a bell, it's likely from when she pretended to be canoeing in a flood on the Today Show. For a refresher, and I'm not going to play the video, but the link to the article is in the description below, so by all means click on it and play this, or just search her name on the internet and canoeing. Trust me, you're going to get a laugh out of it. And it doesn't look like it actually says what happens here, but all I'm going to say, just to give the spoiler away, that she was talking about apparently flooding here, and this is Matt Lauer. It was like the Today Show, as you can see, and he was questioning her about what's happening. She's like, the water is so deep, and two dudes just walk right by in front of her, and the water's literally ankle high. And he cuts back to Matt Lauer and his co-host in the studio. They're both laughing at her, and they're like, did two guys just walk right in front of you? And she's like, oh, it's kind of deep where I am though. And they're like, you're 3 feet from them. What are you talking about? Yeah. So she is a bullshit artist, very much so. So we can't blame Donald Trump for breaking Kaczynski's brain. Her brain was broken long before he became president, when Matt Lauer still had hair. Let me just scroll back up here. Did he? Yeah, he did have hair. There we go. It says, Michelle Kaczynski was Taylor Lorenz before Taylor Lorenz, and that's a hell of a comparison. So she's ideologically isolated and mentally unstable. She'd have to be in order to think that posting that thread was anything more than a hilarious self-own. As we encourage you to read responses to her tweet, they are quite funny. And yeah, I'd say go ahead and check that out. But I just thought, again, this was funny just as someone that you can tell just lives in a bubble, and she thinks that everything that she does and like everything she believes is 100% correct, and everyone agrees with that. And when her friends are like, yeah, no, that's not actually correct, she automatically just goes to they're wrong, as opposed to maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Like that thought I guarantee you, never occurred to her. But anyway, it's kind of a humorous article. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think she is in a bubble? Do you think her friends are in a bubble? What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.